What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Tuesday. It is a lot of people's favorite holiday. It is 420. Hopefully my Doge goes up today. Meme stock on a meme day. Hopefully we go to the moon today. But we are back with a full slate. We actually have 16 games due to a doubleheader here. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to break down the slate just like we normally do. If you watched us yesterday, a lot of great insight and info came out of there. Trying to get into there. Danny Duffy had a good day. Trying to see. Danny Duffy was in our winning lineup on FanDuel, 198.3. He had 46 fantasy points against Tampa Bay. Even though he lost, he didn't give up an earned run. They were all unearned. Dodgers actually didn't hit against, or they didn't win against Justice Sheffield in Seattle, but Corey Seager had a home run with 25.2, Justin Turner had 15.2, Mookie Betts had 15.2. If you talked and were with us, we had Paul DeYoung, 54.1 fantasy points on FanDuel. So a lot of great information can be found in these videos. You just have to be listening. So hopefully this video does find you doing well. Let me know how you did yesterday. Comment down below. We did have a home run winner right off the bat, actually. The first game on the slate yesterday. So how to win. You got to be a subscriber to this video or this page. Like the video. And tell me who's going to hit a home run, what inning, and the distance traveled. We had a Brandon Belt winner coming through yesterday. So once I get an email from the winner, you'll get a free day pass for today. Same thing here. If we get 30 likes on this video, we'll put a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup down below as well. So just kind of going through everything while you're listening. If you have questions, you can comment down below, or you can email me, support@fantasyteamadvisors.com, or you can go to our Discord channel, which you can find all of our information down below. So looking at the weather today, just kind of, we got White Sox at the Indians. I mean, it's overcast, but should be good. It's 30 degrees, though. It's kind of cold. We got a wind chill going through the Midwest right now. Pittsburgh at Detroit. There is possibility of rain as the game progresses. So this is something. This is one I kind of want to look at. Possibility of rain with feeling like 32 degrees outside. So it's gonna be a cold game there. Diamondbacks at the Reds. Feels like about 65 degrees, but possibility of rain towards or after the game. We'll kind of monitor this situation, see if this rain moves up in this game. Overcast with the Cubs, but we should be good there. Other than that, we do have those two kind of spotty places, and then it's cold in the Midwest, which tends to cool the bats off, if you'll say. So that's something to watch as the day moves on. As we know, weather can be finicky, and we have to see where it's going. So that being said, we're going to jump right into it. First game on the slate, it's kind of weird at 4:10, but if anyone knows why, I don't know why this game is so early. I really don't. You got Julio Rius versus Marco Gonzalez. I don't mind either of these pitchers. If I were to take someone, it'd be Julio here. I think both are GPP options. We saw Justice Sheffield have a good day. He's a lefty against all the righties on the Dodgers. I just don't see a team holding the Dodgers back 2 days in a row. But if you are one that makes multiple lineups, definitely get some exposure to this game, the bats, and the pitching on this one. Then we move to this game right here. This going to be the same matchup we saw, I believe. Let's see. So, Rodon, as you know, if you're not under a rock, just threw a no-hitter last week. This should be the same matchup we saw last week. The problem is he just threw a ton of pitches. Normally, after a pitcher has a no-hitter, when they come back, they don't have the best performance. And as you know, if a pitcher normally sees a batter 3+ times, it's really hard to be effective. Now he's going to be pitching back-to-back starts against the same team. I will have exposure to Carlos here. I won't be as heavy as a lot of people. I think a lot of the people that don't watch these videos, or they just build lineups casually, they'll see, oh, he just had a no-hitter against the same team, I'm all in. I would caution you on that one, so that's something to look at. Plesac, on the other hand, against the White Sox, 79 plate appearances, a 280 batting average. He only lasted 0.2 innings last Wednesday, 6 earned runs, 1 home run. That's obviously not good. So digging into the bats, I mean, Jose Abreu 2 for 12 with a double. Yohan Moncada 4 for 13 with a double and a triple. I mean, Yerman Mercedes, this might be the one where Mercedes hit the 485-foot bomb, if I remember correctly. I mean, the story with him is crazy. I think we're going to continue that. I'm looking right here. I'm definitely looking at a White Sox stack tonight. Look at the game log from last week, kind of see who had success. Go with that if you can. Find out who's playing and go with that. So this one, I don't know if it's going to be on the slate. It's probably not going to be on the slate. Well, FanDuel might have an early-only slate because we do have a few early games. Let's see. We do have an early-only slate on FanDuel, which consists of the Braves at the Yankees, Diamondbacks at the Reds, Pittsburgh at Detroit, which has rain, and Baltimore at Miami. So the Twins aren't even in here, so we're not going to break this down. These two games we're not going to break down. I do love Rius here if this game is on. If you can look at this and see if this game possibility is on, I would definitely look at Rius here. But this game's not, and we're not even going to look at it. Moving to the Braves at the Yankees, Charlie Morton versus Jameson Taillon. Now, Morton, it's hard to tell what he's going to do. Against Miami, his last start, he had 30 fantasy points on FanDuel against Philly on 2 Fridays ago, 46 fantasy points, and then against Philly on his opening start, 21 fantasy points. Had 9 strikeouts his last game, 7 before that, and 5 before that. The Yankees, as you know, they're not playing good baseball right now. A lot of people are blowing their 5-10 record out of proportion. It's 15 games. It's been 2 weeks. Calm your shit. But Charlie Morton has had success against them. The Yankees needed a day off. They got a day off yesterday. We'll see how that comes out. I do like both of these pitchers. I think Charlie Morton is a cash pitcher. Taillon is a GPP only because he's not going deep into games. The Braves are going to be without Acuna here. So we'll have to kind of see who takes his place. We'll have to see who is in the starting lineup in the outfield there. But I do like both of these pitchers. The Yankees bats who have had success against Morton in the past consist of Stanton's 9 for 28 with 2 doubles and a home run. It's a 321 batting average. Gardner's 9 for 28 with 2 doubles and 3 home runs. That's a 321. I will not be surprised if, well, I kind of would be because Aaron Boone doesn't know what he's doing. But if Aaron Boone were to sit Aaron Hicks, Gardner probably slots in there at center field. He has great numbers. I think he does start. He does have 10 Ks though. Aaron Hicks 5 for 10 with 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run, but he is struggling right now. Aaron Judge is 1 for 18 but that one hit is a home run against Morton. LeMahieu's always going to be part of a stack here. 8 for 22 with a triple. I mean, we just have a ton of options here. GPP, I don't mind a Yankee stack, but it's hard to trust them in cash right now until they prove otherwise. So I'm definitely looking at Charlie Morton. Diamondbacks at the Reds is part of the other early game. Zach Gallen versus Castillo. I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think Gallen's more of a GPP pitcher because while he did just come back from injury, he had a good game, but I just don't trust him right now. Castillo, on the other hand, he's been very, very inconsistent. 53 plate appearances, a 149 batting average, striking out 32.1% of the batters he's faced in these Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are not a good team. Castillo coming in against San Francisco, 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 24 fantasy points, but he had 7 Ks. Against Pittsburgh, 46 fantasy points, 7 innings, no earned runs, and got the W. And then Castillo's first start on opening day against St. Louis, 3.1 innings, 8 hits, 2 walks, 8 earned runs, minus 14 fantasy points on FanDuel. I'm hoping that Castillo has a better game. Obviously, it's not going to be too hard to have a better game than minus 14. So looking at that, I'm still intrigued by Castillo. I'll have exposure to him for sure. Gallon GPP, I guess. Pirates at Detroit. This one, the weather concern here. Tyler Anderson hasn't faced them much. 3 batters. Michael Fulmer, only 23. So they don't face each other a ton. If I were to take someone, it would be Michael Fulmer, but I think weather will play a factor in this one. Whether or not it starts, and then it delays in the middle of the game and screws us by not being able to use these pitchers. I don't think I'll have any exposure to Tyler Anderson at all. If I were to have exposure, it would be Michael Fulmer, pushing a GPP, but that's about it. We've got Matt Harvey versus Nick Neidert. Harvey, 52 plate appearances against the Marlins, 21.2 K. I'm surprised it's only 52 plate appearances because he pitched for the Mets in the same division as the Marlins. But as you know, the Marlins love to tear down their team, so you never have the same players on it for very long. So since Harvey's left the Mets, he hasn't seen many. Harvey comes in with an 0-1 record, 5.02 ERA and 12 Ks. His last start against Seattle, 4.2 innings, 2 earned runs, only 3 Ks. And then he's had 2 starts against Boston, 5 innings, back on April 8th, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks. And then on the 3rd of April, 4.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks there. So, looking at that, I don't know. GPP, I guess, but I'm not going to have much exposure to this game here. The bats for Miami, Jazz Chisholm, I kind of like. He's fast, can steal bases, gets on base. Don't mind him. Starling Marte apparently swung the bat on Sunday or Sunday, and broke a rib or has a displaced rib, so he's out. So he's a big bat that also steals bases who's out. Crazy. So looking at that, I won't have exposure to these pitchers. I would be looking at bats more than pitchers. Cardinals at the Nats. Adam Wainwright versus Patrick Corbin. I'm having 0 exposure to these pitchers. Wainwright, 307 plate appearances, a 305 batting average, only striking out 17.6 batters he's faced. Nationals bats have had success. I'm going to go Schwarber's probably at the top there because with the Cubs, he probably has the most amount of plate appearances. I wouldn't be surprised if Schwarber has like 40 plate appearances against him. And while that loads, we'll wait. Patrick Corbin got absolutely destroyed his last start, but actually his last couple of starts. Let's see. Patrick Corbin just pitched on Thursday, 2 innings, 9 earned runs, a total of 10 runs, 3 home runs, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. That was against Arizona, who's not a good team. And then against the Dodgers on April 10th, 4.1 innings, 6 earned runs. So Patrick Corbin's coming in, made 2 starts this season, 0-2 record, a 21.32 ERA, which normally I'm like, oh, it's probably 1 bad start. No, it's 2 bad starts. 6 Ks, a 3 whip here. Just crazy. That wouldn't be surprised if he has that and then he comes out and absolutely dominates the Cardinals. So I might throw him in a GPP just in case, but I can't trust him right now. He's not doing good. For the Nationals bat, Starlin Castro, 55 plate appearances, 15 for 51, 3 doubles, a triple. Obviously saw Wainwright a lot with the Cubs. Zimmerman, 16 for 45 with 6 doubles and 4 home runs. So Zimmerman's a cheaper option. I think a lot of people will go with Josh Bell, where you could look at Zimmerman. But, I mean, these numbers are crazy against Wainwright. Kyle Schwarber, 5 for 26, a double and a home run. So just looking at home runs, Zimmerman has 4, Schwarber has 1. Jordy Mercer has 2. Josh Harrison 1. Josh Bell 1. Hernan Perez 1. Victor Robles 1. I think Robles had a home run last night or a double. So, yeah, I mean, I'm stacking this game. I think this will be a very popular stack, so get a little crazy with it. But, yeah, Starlin, Zimmerman, Schwarber, Josh Harrison, Josh Bell. I'm going to have multiple different Washington stacks with different players. So that would be my suggestion, building lineups there. Corbin, I guess I'll throw him in a GPP just in case, but his numbers are terrible. Giants at the Phillies next one. Logan Webb versus Zach Wheeler. Webb hasn't faced them. 2 plate appearances. Hasn't given up a hit. Hasn't struck out. Zach Wheeler, 95 plate appearances. A 25.3 K percentage against the Giants. 222 batting average. Zach Wheeler, I don't mind. I don't mind either of these pitchers, to be completely honest. I think I'd lean more towards GPP as opposed to cash games in this one. But that's my kind of thought process there. Also, if you guys sign up for fantasyteamadvisors.com, you go to fantasyteamadvisors.com/plans. Use promo code YouTube21. You're going to get half off a month. That's going to give you a month full access baseball, basketball, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. You're going to get half off the month with that on FanDuel and DraftKings for basketball and baseball. We have an optimizer, which you can check out. And then everything else, we build you guys lineups. We will have early-only lineups for at least FanDuel. I'll have to dig in and see if DraftKings has them. And we'll also have main lineups for both. Blue Jays at the Red Sox here. Ryu versus Eduardo Rodriguez. This one, Ryu's been good, but the Red Sox have been mashing. They've started off extremely hot. They've started off more than what people have thought they would. Rodriguez, he's got good numbers against the Blue Jays. That is for sure. But the problem is, Blue Jays can hit lefties well this year. They have a ton of righties that hit lefties well. Rodriguez against Minnesota, last Wednesday, 5 innings, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. Against Baltimore, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, 7 Ks. So I'm scared on this one. If I were to go, maybe both of these for GPP, but I just don't trust either of these in cash. Mets at the Cubs, Taiwan Walker versus Jake Arrieta. Walker, 46 plate appearances, a 333 batting average, while the Cubs have hit other pitchers before. Walker's, I'm still scared about him. You never know what you're going to get out of him. The Cubs have looked terrible this season. Flip side of that, Jake Arrieta has been very inconsistent. And against the Mets, 182 plate appearances, 19.2 K percentage, and a 354 batting average. I don't like that. I don't think I'll have any exposure to Arrieta. I think I'll be looking at bats in this game. Maybe Walker for GPP just because of how anemic the Cubs roster has been this season outside of a couple games. So Walker for GPP, I don't think I'll have any exposure to Arrieta. I'm not going to lie. Rays at the Royals, you've got Rich Hill versus Brad Keller. Hill, 24 plate appearances, 238 batting average. It's a pitcher's park. Brad Keller, 37 plate appearances, 226. Brad Keller's he's got good numbers against Tampa Bay, but he's not a good pitcher. So I'm very concerned here. GPP-wise, I don't mind either of these because it is a pitcher's park and the numbers are pretty okay. I wouldn't trust either for cash. The Astros at the Rockies, it's really hard to want to take this game here because it's in Colorado. Astros could mash. I don't trust either of these. What I saw was Lance McCullers. So I wonder if that changed. I wonder if Garcia is going to be an opener and then McCullers is going to come in, or what's going to happen. I'm not going to have exposure to either of these pitchers anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wouldn't have exposure to McCullers in Colorado either. So I'd definitely be looking at bats here. Rangers at the Angels, Jordan Lyles versus Shohei Otani. Otani has only pitched once this season because he's had blister concerns. I don't know if he's on a pitch count. If he could go 5 innings, that would be great. It's just he's always had blister concerns. Hasn't affected him at the plate at all. But I just can't trust. I really can't trust him for cash just because I don't know. Lyles, we had yesterday. I had a lot of exposure to both Trout and Otani, and they got us, I think, 0 for 8 at the plate. And that's a lot of money on our lineups for 2 players that didn't get a hit. So people are going to see that, and they're going to go away from that, but I think we can go back to the well there. Pujols against Lyles, 2 for 9, a double. Trout, 3 for 12 with a double and a home run. Justin Upton, 5 for 10 with a double. Otani, 0 for 3, but he's always a good option. Kurt Suzuki, 3 for 5 with a double. So I think I'll have some bats for the Angels. I don't know if I'll have any for the Rangers. If I do, it'll be GBP. It'll be like Joey Gallo. It'll be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Maybe Nick Solak for GPPs. But I will have exposure to Otani in a couple of lineups. Then the final game on the slate, we've got the Brewers at the Padres. We saw Joe Musgrove dominate again last night. We had him in our lineups. He went 13 Ks, didn't get the W, did get the loss, but he had 13 Ks. He was dominant. Corbin Burns versus Chris Paddock. Burns, he's been dominant this season. I get it. The Padres, they only put up 1 run yesterday, I believe. I think they lost 3-1. Corbin Burns has been on fire. I think it'll scare people away because it is the Padres. Man, if you would have told me 3 years ago I'd be saying the Padres don't pitch against the Padres, I had told you were crazy. But they've got a great team. I'm still looking at Corbin Burns here. 11 plate appearances, 300 batting average. He hasn't seen him much, obviously. 36.4 K. Corbin Burns has been on fire. I love Corbin Burns here. Chris Paddock, on the other hand, 11 plate appearances. I don't mind him just because Brewers, I mean, they can strike out against righties. So I'll have some exposure. I think Corbin Burns is more of your cash option, and Chris Paddock is more of your GPP option. So there you go, guys, gals, and whatever you guys are, whatever you identify as. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully you found this very helpful. Hopefully you leave a like on this video. If you found it all helpful, leave a like. If we get 30 likes, we get the views. We just don't get the likes. If we get the likes, we're going to throw out a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup in the comment section. You just got to hit that like button, guys. So any questions, let me know. If you do want to sign up, you can use promo code YouTube21. We still got a great day of content going on. We've got this with baseball. We have season stats from 2020, 2021. We've got BVP, which helps you guys out. We have our Bacon Station, which has a ton of information for you. Normally uploaded by lunchtime, so you have about 5 to 6 hours to go through all the information on top of this and on top of everything else. We have the optimizer for DraftKings for MLB, so you can check that out as well. Check out a day pass. You can get a day pass for $1.99. Check out the website. If you like it, put a ring on it and get that month pass for us. So any questions, I'll try to answer them in our Discord channel. If you guys want to ask about lineups, if you want to show your lineup and ask us to critique it, we can do that. We've got a bunch of stuff for you guys. As you can see in the background, we do have a baseball website. Well, we did. It was thehobbycrate.com, but due to the pricing and everything, I couldn't afford to buy boxes to sell. But we had a subscription service going on for a month to month, but we're selling team crates. So if you guys are interested in baseball cards, you're interested in a certain team, hit me up and let me know. I'll see what I can do. There are, with baseball cards, we do have autographs in team boxes. We have one-of-ones. We have numbered cards. We have short prints. We have super short prints. I mean, we have a bunch of teams. They're all sorted out. They should all be in good condition. So if you have questions about anything at all, email me, support@fantasyteamadvisors.com, comment down below, or check out our Discord channel, which you can find the link down below. That's what I've got, guys. Good luck today, and as always, let's bring home some bacon on 420, guys. Bring home some bacon. Peace.